And welcome to WhatAreMovie.
This week?
Today,
We're watching Breaking Bad, episode 5.
Episode 5, yes. Last time was Cancer Man. God, it was so long ago, I'm trying to
Wasn't
remember
it this
what
one?
happened.
Oh, didn't it end with Jesse going to Walter's house and then giving him the cash in the garden, and it half of it went in the swimming pool and everything. Yes.
Anyway, now we know that Walter's family knows about the cancer and
treatment's being planned.
We found out they're going to have a girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens today.
So, this is episode 5, Grey Matter. It aired on the 24th of February 2008. Directed by Tricia Brock and written by Patty Lynn. 2 names we've not heard of yet. And there we go. Full descriptions of the You do it.
Full reaction is in the description below, but make sure you come back to check out what we have to say.
Yeah, cool. Alrighty then.
Here's my resume.
Oh.
I mean, technically, it's...
Oh, he's trying to get a job.
I have a solid background in sales.
Wow.
I'm pretty much a self-starter. I really feel I could be a major
coming
asset
across as
to your
very-
sales force.
Yes. Does he blink?
I'm thinking there's a little misunderstanding. Advertising.
Oh, it's going to be a flippy.
Hey, Jesse!
Oh.
Hey, man!
The squeakiness.
Badger.
Why would you want to do this lame-ass job anyway?
Because I'm on probation, yo. Gotta prove to the man I'm rehabilitated.
I mean...
Citizen. What moves you have to learn? Like the helicopter.
What?
Hook me up with some crystal?
Nah, man, I've been out of the business
For
for
a
a while.
while.
Actually, now.
Oh.
Thinking about retiring.
Retiring.
Oh!
His partner who was helping me cook. I mean, I was doing most of the work, but...
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
We could partner up.
What do you think of that?
Badger and Captain Cook.
Mm.
Sounds like some kind of kids' cartoon, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Save your dollar bills, yo!
I would definitely go there.
Are you going to take the job?
Oh.
Or is he going to go, stop this, we're partnering up?
It's time. The new partnership begins! Maybe. I don't know.
Stupid gift.
Hi.
No, it isn't. He'll love it.
Was it a white party?
Guess we didn't get the beige.
Beige, yeah.
We're okay.
Really.
The invitation said no gifts.
It's going
One of
well.
those parties, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whose party is this?
Elliot.
Let's go say hello.
You made it.
Happy birthday.
Gretchen, look who's here.
Oh, it's so good to see you.
Really?
Wait, isn't that the...
Welcome. Congratulations.
Is that the girl from when he was training with the whiteboard?
Leave about 10
Maybe.
Oh. That cough is just...
It's getting worse. Seems to be.
This is Walter White. Back at Caltech, you were just a master of crystallography.
Oh.
Remember this one time we were starting this is the White in gray matter.
Schwartz, black, Walter White. So together they became Gray Matter Technologies.
Thank you, Duh.
I gravitated toward education.
What university?
Nope.
Oh, wow. It's a
awkward.
Stratocaster.
Oh god, that... What did they get him?
We just bought...
To Elliot, sorry about the buckle rash. Eric Clapton. Thank you. This is beautiful.
What
a
did they
guitar
get?
side. What a gift.
8 years old.
Brilliant.
Thanks. Oh, this is from Walt.
What was it?
Yum good ramen.
He's like, I just bought him a guitar.
This is what Walt and I lived on for 10 months straight.
Has he just
while
found
we were
out?
working on our thesis. We're responsible for our success. This was our lifeblood. I love it. Thank you, Walt.
Seems genuine. And like,
The man who has everything.
yeah.
No.
It was.
You remember
It's true.
And like, it's a more personal thing.
Yeah.
that you and I should work together again.
Ooh.
It's an offer.
Meth.
What are you going to teach high school?
Don't like that.
The offer is very appealing. It really is. I thank you, but there's something you should know. I have some personal issues.
You're calling it.
But there's nothing we can't work out.
Oh god, this is going to be emotional, isn't it?
It's coming. We can help you. We have excellent health insurance. The best.
Skylar's told him.
Ooh. I don't think he's happy.
It's not a job offer, is it? It's a charity case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell did you say to Elliot?
What?
You told him about the cancer, didn't you?
I don't like the way you're talking to me.
I don't like the way you talk about my private affairs. Oh, to people who are not
Even in our lives anymore. He offered me a job. And when I turned that down, he flat out offered to pay for my treatment.
What did you say?
What do you think I said?
He's not a charity.
Oh, that went well.
He doesn't want the treatment anyway. He's come
Let
to
alone
terms
someone
with it.
helping him with it.
It's like a charity case.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Ooh, look
dude.
at these.
Are these bullet holes?
Yeah, those are for like, ventilation.
Nice.
Big ass beaker, huh?
That's a boiling flask.
Learn.
This is a
Wow. Really know your shit.
it's just basic chemistry, yo.
Check this out.
Jesus. What the hell are you bringing that for?
Hunting. We might see javelinas.
A what?
I don't know.
Well, I feel like whatever they're going to cook is going to be, like, weak as shit.
Why do you think that?
They don't know what they're doing.
Jesse knew what he was talking about.
Yeah, but it's not going to be as pure as Walt's.
Badger don't seem to be taking it too
We call it...
seriously.
Hey, this guy. This is our
Who
guy.
is this guy?
You're up.
Huh? Why do I have to do it?
Give me the crutches and I'll go do it.
We forgot our IDs and we were wondering if you could do us a favor and buy us a six-pack.
You know, what you're asking is illegal.
Oh, God.
Wow.
Jackpot.
Nice friends, eh?
Your first and last warning.
Yes, sir.
You're lucky you got a good dad here.
Nice.
That's not his dad.
No. Good cover, though.
Not cool. What? You never tried to buy beer when you were my age?
Touche.
Why are you calling me and not your father?
I'll deal with you later.
Hank's great.
His dad's sick, he starts acting out, you know. First the pot, then this.
The pot?
Oh, no.
Talking about Walt.
That's just so unbelievable.
Shit.
That's on me.
I think he had it in him.
You know what we need to do? Is sit
Innovate.
down, all of us, and
Intervention,
get everything out of
isn't it?
people.
Yeah.
All through. You mean an intervention?
There you go. How well do you think that will go?
It's really not going to go very well, is
You
it?
don't think so?
No.
We're gonna make some mad dough.
Badger's excited.
It's not pure, though, is it?
Right.
What are you doing?
No, that's a good shot.
That was a good shot.
Totally want to.
We'll just do it again. Until we get it right.
I knew he was going to do that. scoop it off the ground. How well do you think Badger's doing out of 10?
I don't think he's doing that well. But he is like a Jesse when we first met him.
Yeah.
Because it's like Jesse was sneaking it and smoking it, wasn't he?
Well, this is awkward.
Please have a seat and join us.
I'm guessing this was not an announced family meeting to him. Oh, the snacks. That's good.
Little cheese, little onion. Go on, Hank. Go for it.
I like the clock in the background.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's like just intensifying it.
Perfect sound.
We can do better.
Don't you fucking think about it!
Oh, it's gone now.
3 entire pounds of pseudo wasted! Do you know how long I had to spin that stupid sign? Get off me, psycho! Helicopter, bitch!
Oh my God! Badger! Oh.
Asshole!
Oh no. Oh my God.
God! The crossbow! He's gonna crossbow a tyre, isn't he?
Wow. Bye, Badger.
Wow. That was short-lived.
Yeah.
I feel that this decision you've made is not only not in your best interest, it's not in the best interest of our entire family. I understand that it's hard for you to accept help. It's okay to lean on people now and again. You need this treatment, and nothing can stop you from getting it. Except you.
I care about you. Hell of a lot, man. This cancer thing. Let's face it. You know, you were dealt a shit hand.
I'm pissed off. You're a pussy.
Oh, jeez.
You're like
So
ready to
wait
give
a minute.
up. What if you gave up on me, huh? This here, all the stuff I've been through, and you're scared of a little chemotherapy?
I didn't even think about what he'd been through growing up and stuff.
I think you should do whatever you want to do. What? You told us to be honest about our feelings. Walt's the one with cancer. It's his decision. It's not up to any of us. But after sitting here and listening to you all talk about his future like he has no say in it, I just think gonna have a future if he doesn't get treatment. I x-ray people in treatment every day. Some of them are absolutely miserable. And some of them don't want to spend their last weeks or months being picked at by doctors.
Can I get the pillow back? Because I agree with Marie on this one.
Hank?
What? Maybe Walt wants to die like a man, all right?
I don't want him to die at all! That's the whole point of this. So either help or leave. Skylar, I just wanted to do you the courtesy of giving you my honest opinion. You know, Marie.
Why do I feel like this family's suddenly gonna break up?
This is my husband's life. You know,
Oh, yeah, it's his time for the
Yeah,
pillow.
hasn't even got a chance to
I've got the
talk.
talking pillow.
I've killed a man, and I do not.
Yeah. I cooked the best man.
I think I should die.
Sometimes I feel like I never actually make any of my own choices. I mean, all I have left is how I choose to approach this.
Then make the right choice, Walt. What about your son? Don't you want to see your daughter grow up?
I get it, but there's no... Like, the treatment might not work.
There's no guarantee.
Of course I do. I want to live in my own house. I want to sleep in my own bed. I don't want to choke down 30 or 40 pills every single day and lose my hair and lie around too tired to get up. And so nauseated that I can't even move my head. Me, some dead man, some artificially alive, just marking time. That's how you would remember me. I'm sorry. I choose not to do it.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
How do you even react to that whole scene? I feel like you just have to cut that out. Of us just staring like, damn.
It's true though.
Yeah.
It's his own choice. And obviously, like they said, it does affect them as well. But at the end of the day, if he can't even just live, what's the point of surviving, like he said? Yeah.
What's that?
So look, little things, right? You didn't even think about, like, little things like a smell of something that you probably smell every day. Oh, man.
I don't know what I expected from this episode.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, jeez.
Yeah. It's heavy stuff.
Because the overarching story is so deep, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. I'll do the treatment.
Well, that's the turn.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay.
Hmm. Well, damn.
He's outside Piglands, isn't he?
Elliot!
Ah.
Walt, it's Gretchen.
Oh, hey.
Elliot told me about the cancer. I'm so sorry. Elliot told me he offered to pay for the treatment. You have to accept. Is this about you and me?
You have to say something.
It's a bit awkward.
As it turns out, the insurance came through after all. So,
The meth insurance. They probably feel an essence of guilt, I guess, with the company by the sounds of it. Like her saying, like,
Can touch okay?
half of it, well,
half of
it's
it's
yours.
sort of thing. So they probably felt it, or she at least feels like paying it kind of gives him some of what he should have from the company, I guess.
What he's owed, she's made it sound like. Yeah. There's some history.
There is.
But who knows?
Want to cook?
That's how it's going to end, isn't it? Knew it.
Oh. What an episode, man. Jesus. So that was episode 5 of Breaking Bad of season 1. Grey Matter. What is Grey Matter?
It's the company that it's Elliot and Schwartz.
So it was Elliot Schwartz, which Schwartz means black, I think.
And then Walter White.
Yep.
Black and white is grey Matter. That they
Clever
come
name.
up with in...
Because Grey Matter, isn't that part of, like, what? I want to say part makes up your brain? It's part of the central nervous system. So yeah, I knew it had something to do with, body. Clever name. They came up with Grey Matter Technologies. So we met Elliot, which the episode started off with them going...
Wait a second. No. Didn't we start the episode by meeting Badger?
Yeah, possibly, actually. Or did it... Did it start with that?
Yeah, I think it started with
Jesse.
Jesse trying to get a job.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it started... Okay, so the episode started with Jesse Pinkman trying to get a job as a salesman. He thought was an actual salesman job. It turned out it was
They're dressing $1 and... Ooh, helicopter.
Learn tricks, do the helicopter. Who was doing that?
Badger.
Well, he decided not to take the job.
Yeah.
I don't think he was too happy with it.
Yeah, and then the guy that was doing it chased after him.
Badger, his friend. They know each other.
They smoke some weed.
Badger's trying to prove he's rehabilitated, apparently, while smoking weed. Yeah, and then...
They end up cooking some meth.
Yeah, from their conversation, Jesse was like, oh, well, Badger kind of asked, what about that stuff you've got?
Crystal.
Hook me up. And he's like, my partner went off. Yeah. So, yeah, and then Badger suggested they hook up.
Yep.
And Jesse, looking at his newspaper, was like, forget job searching, it sucks. I hate job searching. And then they decided to cook together. How well did that go?
Not too bad, like, because I think prior to Walter, Jesse would have been fine with the meth he cooked.
Yes, but
now
there's
he
a set.
there's a set.
There's a standard, isn't there?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it just was too cloudy.
Yeah.
So he kept throwing it out, and then Badger got mad because he was using all whatever the thing was.
I can't remember. Yeah.
cold tablets.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Badger and him had a bit of a
falling out. He left Badger in a desert.
And then Badger helicoptered him.
Yeah, I like that. I
love the bit that he went, helicopter!
Smashed these bottles up.
And then he chucked him out of the little RV and then drove off and crossbowed him. And
and left Badger in the desert.
Yeah, hopefully Badger's alright.
He's a badger, he'll survive. So, that's pretty much Jesse's story this time. It seems he still wants to cook.
Yep.
Weirdly though, skipping right ahead to the end, when Walter turned up, he looked he's like, oh no.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because it seemed he wanted
I think
to...
he's just got a lot of anger because Walt walked away.
Yeah, Walt walked away. He also caused a lot of problems for Jesse, I guess.
Yeah.
But it kind of seemed like Jesse was over that, though, by the end of the last episode.
Jesse's income is
drugs
and stuff. So when Walt walked away, it left Jesse on his arse, basically.
Yeah,
didn't it?
yeah. That's why he was trying to look for a job, I guess.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was pretty much Jesse's story today. As for Walt, Walt and Skylar were going to a party,
which I'm pretty sure the woman that is dating his old college, university, whatever friend Elliot is the girl that we've seen in the flashbacks.
You said the whiteboard when they were writing down...
Yeah, everything that made up the human body, and then they were like, but what's the 0.01%?
The soul.
And she was like, the soul.
Yeah, so Gretchen is her name.
But
married.
She thought there might have been a little thing there.
Married to Elliot.
Elliot
Schwartz.
Thinking about having kids.
Yeah, little awkward with Gretchen and them saying hello, even Elliot saying hello. It's been a while, I guess. The party was a bit awkward. Everyone's in beige.
You saw Skylar talking to Elliot.
Yeah.
And then obviously it then cuts forward to Elliot and Walt.
Yeah, it's a bit though, but when Walt saw it happening, saw them talking, but then got called over by some other people.
Yeah.
Which was another awkward encounter, because it turned, they were
yes.
What university do you teach in?
Yeah, because they were like, oh, you work with Elliot, and he was like, oh no, I went the educational route.
Yeah, it's like, what university?
And then he just drinks his alcohol.
Yeah, and cut.
And then it cut.
Well, here's the thing, that's kind of the vibe of the party anyway, because not only was there was the presents, and the first present he got was a bloody guitar, and it was I can't remember the make now. It's a famous make, but it was signed as well, and cut to Walter's present.
Yeah. Remember
what it was?
Ramen noodles.
Which
it was really nice that he then told everyone the story.
Yeah.
And it's nice that Walt said, what do you get someone that has everything?
Yeah, for the man who has everything. Yeah. Yeah, because Elliot's seemingly rich from the party he's got and the company he owns. And Walter saying, for the man who has everything, and another guitar, cool.
I like this to the collection.
Yeah. Whereas the noodles, while they're $1 or whatever,
there's more meaning.
Yeah, and Elliot, it seemed to touch him in a way. Yeah, so but
everyone
that was
else is a bit
yeah, but I think even after him telling the story, it made a little more sense. But so and then.
Elliot offered him a job.
Yeah, they seemed to bond quite well.
They
were obviously friends back in school or ages.
Health insurance.
Huh?
The big thing was with health insurance.
He didn't even say that at first. He offered him the job, and then Walter was like, "Well, you see, I've got personal problems."
Yeah.
Didn't say what it was.
We have really good health insurance.
Yeah, and that clicked.
Yeah.
Would you be pissed if
Yeah, because it's not someone else.
Yeah. Despite them being married,
because it does affect more than the person going through it.
But it's his problem to tell.
But it's his thing to say.
Yeah.
It's almost, you can even use it as probably a bit of a weird thing example. But he went to the doctors. He found out.
Yeah.
He had cancer. The doctor didn't tell his wife because it affected his wife.
No.
Confidential, you only tell the person
who it affects. Who it is. Yeah,
who it primarily affects.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't tell their family
No.
because it's their place to tell them. It's their thing.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he wasn't too happy about that.
It's like we were saying when we was watching it, like it's like a charity thing.
Yes, yeah. What seems...
Like, you wouldn't have offered me this job if you didn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
You all of a sudden care.
Because at first,
because I'm
like, it
dying.
seemed like Walt was flattered to be asked because he's like, oh, you actually...
Yeah.
You actually consider me, like, that good... Well, obviously, he probably is
Like
that
he said,
good
he was
to work,
rusty,
but-
sort of thing.
Yeah, but... Yeah, it seems flattering at first, but then when they found out there was an ulterior motive to it, yeah. So, they went off home.
Yeah. Then they needed a family meeting.
Yes, we had a little
Very
family
awkward
meeting.
family
Very
meeting.
awkward.
Like, there is like 20 minutes of that episode where me and Tony are just staring.
Well, here's the thing. So,
It's such a...
So it was Skylar organised an intervention.
Yeah.
It's quite funny. So the reason this came about was Walt Jr. was trying to buy beer with his
Yeah.
friends.
And because they said he's obviously
his
acting
friends
up.
bailed. And then
Because-
and then Hank was like, yeah, well, you know, with the pot, I thought.
Yeah, and then they were like,
and then
no.
Skylar was like, what? Marie, you told him? Yeah.
Yeah.
Marie can't seem to keep her mouth shut, but that caused them to do the intervention.
Yeah.
Again, Hank, like, even the little interactions with, like, him laughing about it, because he's the DEA agent, but him laughing that Walt had done this was like...
I think it's that thing as well, though, isn't it? Like, because
Yeah.
it's obviously just smoking pot.
Yeah.
Which I think is quite a... Like, some states it's actually legal.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's kind of like that low-key drug,
No.
isn't it? Where the cocaine and the meth
Yeah.
and stuff, that's where the money's really at.
Yeah.
That's why he was probably laughing more at the what? He was smoking pot? Like,
Yeah.
What?
Whereas, obviously, when it was Walter Jr., if it was him, he wanted to scaremonger him into,
Yeah.
like, not going down that path.
I guess it's
but-
that thing as well that it's more common probably that if a teenager got into drugs, like it's like
That's-
Jesse,
they
isn't
could
it?
experiment.
He's stuck basically because the addiction is over. But like I don't know, is he like 50 maybe?
He was 50. He had his
yeah,
birthday.
he had his birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Suddenly smoking pot, you're kind of like, well, it's not as likely for him to let it take over.
Yeah.
It's more of a casual.
Yeah.
Sort of. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I get you. But that led to the meeting
Yeah.
with Hank, Marie, Skylar, Walt, and Walt Jr.
Yeah.
Which Walt wasn't aware of when he came home.
No.
He looked very...
Yeah, I could only talk if you had the talking. pillow.
Yes, the talking pillow. What did you think of that whole scene?
God, it was just like.
It was awkward, it was emotional, it
Yeah,
was
there was just
real.
Yeah, you couldn't
Raw.
really react to it. Do you know what I mean?
No.
You're just like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
So Skylar...
The only thing to react to was the fact that Hank seemed to just be there for the bloody snacks.
Yeah, Hank liked the snacks.
Cheese cubes.
But Skylar really was pushing the angle of, like, you need to think of the family as well. It's going to affect all of us.
But that was one thing while watching it as well, like her saying that don't you want to watch Walt grow up
Yeah.
and the little girl that she's pregnant with. But then it was something that Walter said in reaction to that. And I
He's like,
forgot.
"Of course I do."
Yeah, of course he does. But I forgot that even when they had the kind of consultation, they said that the chemo could only extend his life for
by
a
few
year
years. Yeah.
or two. Like
Yeah.
he said, like, but
Yeah.
that year or two that I'm going to have in life is going to be being looked after in
Being
pain,
prodded and yeah.
like
so that's
what's-
the thing. So Hank, I love Hank as a character. I think he's very real and he's obviously caring and
Yeah.
like the last episode he said he'd take care of Walt's family. That got to me. And Hank
Yeah.
talking again. He was trying to do some metaphors which didn't quite work. Walter didn't get it.
Yeah,
Nobody
no.
got like Marie was like, "What are you talking about?"
It's
But yeah.
difficult to say because it's probably a bad way to put it, but it's also the only way you can describe it. That sometimes family members can be quite selfish.
Yeah.
It's the only way to use the word is selfish because they just want to be with that person for as long as they can.
Yeah.
Which is totally it's like an understandable
yeah.
selfishness. You understand why they think like that because it is like you do
Yeah.
want to spend as much time. However, in them thinking that, they're not also considering
what he wants.
but not even what he wants, but like what's her sister?
Marie.
Marie even said like the amount of people that she's x-rays and they're miserable.
Yeah.
Like,
so
however much you want this person to live so much longer, and they probably feel bad that they didn't want this thing.
Yeah.
So they're gonna want to spend as much time with you, but the reality for them is they're going to struggle every day.
Yeah.
Every day is going to be
that's the
heartbreak.
thing. So
every day is going to be
yeah.
pain.
So like Marie went the opposite way, and she was like, I didn't come here to agree with Walt, but listening to you all telling him how to live the rest of his life, like.
And she's seen them and they're miserable.
Yeah,
every
exactly.
day. They're not happy.
So this is the thing. And then Walt said, I don't want to spend the rest of my life being prodded about, being looked after, being cleaned up after.
Yeah.
I want to be able to sit in my own bed, to be able to make love,
Have
to
my last
live
in
my
my
life
home.
comfortably.
Because you'll end up in hospital.
So here's the thing. This scene, I've seen this show before, but it's been a very long time. And this scene actually really got to me. So last year, my nan passed away.
Yeah.
And I didn't even connect. She had lung cancer. And it didn't connect with me until this scene properly. I mean, I kind of thought about it, but she was the same. She wanted to just come home from hospital.
Yeah,
she didn't want to be there. She was like Walter. She's very prideful.
Yeah, but that's like you saying that, like you go back like 8 months of the same year.
Yeah.
My granddad didn't have lung cancer, but he had COPD, which is a form of lung disease anyway. And like seeing him, like I was so used to seeing him up and about.
Yeah.
But those last like few weeks where it just deteriorated, and like my aunt even said to me, she was like, one of the things that she's like, you could tell one day he just gave up.
Yeah.
Because all his dignity that he'd kept for like 90 years of his life. Had just gone out the window, and it's at that point where you're like, it's just.
The thing is, like, if my nan went down the route of treatment, it would have the dignity and stuff probably would have gone even quicker, and like she just wanted to be home, and when she was home, she was so much happier to be home, even
apart from worried about a bird.
Yes, she had a pet bird, but she was in her own home.
Yeah,
she could. She didn't have to be in the cold hospital anymore.
Yeah. I think it resonates a bit different as well because of everything that happened last year with the pandemic, which is still kind of going on.
Yeah.
Like, I think that was even more the driving force for staying at home because, like, at least, like, for, like, Walt, if he was in hospital, people would have been able to visit.
Yeah, that was our problem. We couldn't visit. I couldn't visit
But nobody
my
would
nan.
have been able to go into the hospital.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's not nice. Like, my dad was in hospital for, like, 2, 3, I don't know. He was in hospital for a few weeks once, and it was horrible.
But like
those thoughts.
Well, the thought with me was like, when had I seen her last, and did she know we couldn't visit her, and it wasn't our fault to But then seeing her come home was it was good. Yeah, I was happy to see her home because she was happy to be there.
Yeah.
But saying all that, this episode hit me a lot more than I anticipated because
it's a lonely place as well.
Hospitals. But the whole talk of Walter, it's Walter talking, and Marie even agreeing with him, like saying, I just want to live comfortably and
that's what I was going to say.
Live life on my terms, I guess, really. So.
Like, hospitals can be lonely, and there is only the visiting hours, really. But it's a weird thing that I've just thought of it now, that you never feel lonely in your own home.
No, not really. Well, you
Because
can
it's your
do,
home.
but it feels different from if you're not at home.
If you're sat somewhere
like
that you don't
homesickness
know,
is a thing, so
if you're sat somewhere that you don't know, you're like, I feel a bit.
Home is comfortable. It's just like safe, feels good. So,
but however, after that little longest, he has suddenly agreed to having treatment.
Yeah, what do you think changed his mind?
The books.
Well,
I think it was things knowing. It is so hard because it's seeing how much hurt you're creating.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. Like, he smelt the pillow and he smelt a possible face cream. It was some kind of.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, it seems silly for him to do that, but at the same time, it's something you wouldn't think about. It's a small thing, yeah. It's a tiny thing that you probably wouldn't notice, but like you'd miss it if,
And I just sat and thought, we're sat on your nan's sofa right now, technically.
Yeah, this is my nan's sofa. Yeah. So
I was just like,
yeah. So but you don't even. There's like I go through days where I'm not like as happy as I could be, but like seeing that scene, you're like, just learn. You got to kind of learn to love the little things.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's weird, and appreciate things. Like you don't really, do you? When you think about it, you just get up and go, and you're like, oh, another day. It's like, oh, I've got to go to work again. It's like, yeah.
But that's why I like enjoy work. That's what I've always said. Like, I like where we work because I don't get up and think, oh, another day. I'm like, oh, let's go.
Yeah.
And one of my granddad would always get up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Craziness. Personally, I don't get up at 6 o'clock. He would get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, have a cup of tea and a bowl of breakfast or whatever. He'd go back to sleep for a few hours afterwards, but he would get up every day because he said every day was a blessing.
Yeah.
And I think people forget that.
Yeah. No.
Because you don't know how many. This is getting really like dark. This one is.
I wouldn't say it's getting. I don't think it's getting dark. I would say it's getting real.
Yeah. You don't know how many days you've got.
No.
And it is.
But that's what this is. That's what this is touching on. Is like his point of view. I can completely understand. Why would I live? But he has a time limit. He doesn't know how long, but it's short.
He knows his.
Would he want to live it
down?
In pain, being prodded and stuff? But he seemed to have accepted that, and he's going to take the treatment. So
because it is like he doesn't want to live in pain, but then he doesn't want to. What if he got to that stage when it's too late, and then regrets?
Yeah.
Not doing it because he sees the pain in his family. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a tough decision, right? It's a crazy decision that no one should ever have to really go through. But
unfortunately.
People do, unfortunately, yeah. But that's why I really love this show. It feels real.
Yeah.
It's so...
I don't know what I thought was going to happen in this episode.
What about in this show?
Well, I don't even know. I didn't even know he had lung cancer in the show, really. I didn't really know much about Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the other episodes, his lung cancer has been such a small portion of the episode.
Yeah.
And there's been so much action.
That's why I like it. That's why I like that there's a flip between them.
And now this one, I'm just like, oh, darn.
Yeah, so.
Like, that was a heavy episode. And I just, halfway through, I don't know if you guys will see it, but it would be in the full reaction. But halfway through, I turned my head to see how long we've been recording for. And then I was like, oh god, I think it's nearly finished. And I was really hoping that at the end something would go a bit crazy to kind of change the shift. Because we'd been there for 45 minutes and this it has to happen because it has to kind of highlight the situation.
Yeah. But I get it, I like that it's a different type of episode.
Yeah,
we need those, I think.
It is needed, but when you just hope something would flip your mood set created.
Yeah, I get yeah. I think that's what makes this such a great show, though, is you can have an episode where the crazy meth, cooking, fire, gotta melt bodies, things can happen, but then you have an episode like this that is really real. And what do you think of the cast? I think they are the most perfectly cast actors.
Oh, Walt as well. Sorry, I just remembered when Walt was saying yes, you've been given lung cancer and it's not the greatest.
Oh, Hank.
But no, Walt.
Oh.
And then he picked up his crutch and was like,
"Oh, Walter Jr."
Yeah, Walter Jr. And then he was like, "I've dealt with this, and I'm still here.
Yeah,
you need to deal with it. I didn't ask for this."
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, yeah.
Yeah, so it got very real. But again, why I love the show, and I think they're all very, very, very good actors, and it's so well written.
I was getting a bit confused in that episode. Not confused, because obviously he was refusing treatment.
Yeah.
But then, I think I mentioned this last time that I obviously know he gets treatment. Well, I guess he gets treatment because the opening picture for Breaking Bad is him with a bald head. So I presume. But the thing is, I don't get it.
Yeah.
He has a beard still. So I presumed it was because a big side effect to chemo is hair loss. So I presumed he'd probably have the treatment because he lost his hair.
We'll just have to wait
and
see.
And then through that episode when he was refusing, I was like, maybe he just shaves his head off.
We'll just have to wait and see, won't we? That's the thing we'll have to see in the future. Yeah, unfortunately that's the Breaking Bad picture on Netflix. Can't really avoid that, but there you go.
I think I've seen that picture around, and like I am late to the party on Breaking Bad.
Well, that's the thing. When I first saw the pictures, that was the picture you saw.
Yeah.
And I didn't even click that it was Bryan Cranston, the dad from Malcolm in the Middle, because it doesn't look like him. So yeah. But
we should probably stop talking.
Great actor. No, it was a great episode. I think it was a good. We've had a good discussion.
Yeah.
But he didn't. So Elliot offered to pay for the treatment. Yeah. It seems there's history between him and Gretchen and Elliot.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest thing. Yeah, because of the history. And Skylar's under the impression that Elliot is paying for it and is going to send a check, but Walter
kind of did say, "I got it under control."
Yeah, leave it to me. And then he was on the phone to Gretchen, and he refused.
Yeah.
The
money. She said, "Is it because of what happened? Is it because of us or something like that?"
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he didn't really answer. He said, "I really appreciate the offer. It was a great party, but
the
thank
insurance
you. The insurance covered it. Bye bye."
And then he turns up at Pinkman's and is like, "You want to cook?"
Which again, I said Pinkman looked a bit upset about.
Yes.
But yeah.
Oh, we've gone all over the place with this episode.
Yeah. There we go. That was basically the episode. A heavy one. Our second heavy. We started with. This is a bit behind the scenes. We started with Person of Interest episode 4.
Yeah.
Which was a heavy episode, and then ended with this, which is a heavy episode. So it's been
ready for bed.
It's been one of those days. So yeah. But we shall stop talking now. We've only got 2 more episodes of this season left.
Oh.
So who knows what could happen?
There's a real part of me right now thinking that does he actually end up having this? Well, we saw him having a treatment, but obviously chemo's not one treatment.
Yeah.
It's multiple. And like I'm now thinking,
would he start it and stop?
Yeah, no, I'm now thinking maybe he started it then because I think it makes you feel really nauseous or something like this.
It does a lot to you. There's a lot of symptoms.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. I did just tap that.
She's always waving her feet around.
Yeah.
Go on.
But now I'm wondering if he's like, I really don't want to do this, and then like stops the treatment,
but
shaves his head off. So
but he's just gone to the end and said, "Want to cook?" The only reason to cook is to get the money to cover that.
Yeah, but he's still gonna have to pay for if he has any of the treatment.
Yeah,
he's still gonna have to pay if he has 1 or 2, and then it's like no.
I guess.
And then I'm like, does he cover it up?
Well,
by
that's what we're gonna have to see.
Oh.
We've got 2 more episodes. We'll be back next week. I hope you enjoyed that. Don't know if I can say I enjoyed it. No, I did. It did. It's a very good episode, and one of the reasons it's one of my favourites. But we've got a lot to go, so
I think it's such a change. We've just watched It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Then going to this episode, and it's I don't
very
know where
different.
my emotions are.
Yeah. So we shall see you tomorrow for Mr. Robot. Yes. Hopefully. Otherwise, in a week for episode 6, we're getting ever closer to the end of the season. So. There we go. Thank you very much for watching. We really appreciate it. Yep. Please subscribe and like the video if you liked. And we shall see you next time.
Yes.
Yes. Bye-bye. Bye.